your song Shape of My Heart, you say, he doesn't play for money, he doesn't play for respect. He plays to find the answer. And you, what do you play for?
I tried on this album to avoid being autobiographical because I wanted to write about other people. But I suppose it's impossible to keep yourself out of the songs, and so when you do interviews, they say, "This song is really about you, Sting." I suppose in a way I relate to the character in the song. The character is a card player who plays to figure out some sort of philosophical problem about life, you know, why we're living, why are we here. He doesn't play to win. I think essentially I feel the same way.
Yeah, you said you don't play, you are not sure that you want to win anymore.
No, I think winning can be a negative experience, you know. I think you often learn more from not succeeding. I enjoy my life. I enjoy the game of life, but I don't necessarily have to win.
You say that you play the game for other reasons. What are the reasons now?
I think it's the longer you stay in this game, the more difficult it becomes, and also the more satisfying it is. I don't know any other game. It's the only game I have. I enjoy playing it. I enjoy being and making music and having the privilege of performing for people. But I don't know if there's any goal that I'm looking to attain.
Any aim? You don't
There's
think,
no real
you don't
aim.
feel an aim?
No, I don't need to.
There's nothing you want to reach
No.
anymore?
No, I've done
Kind of boring.
No, it's not boring at all. It's very
No?
satisfying. I feel very calm.
What challenges you now?
I think every day is a challenge. I think to make your music better than it has been, to learn. Because I think that's what the whole thing is about, to learn. I never want to stop learning. I think if you attain your goal, then you're tempted to stop.
But this is a goal also, learning, to improve.
Learning is a goal for me, that's all. But it's
Okay.
a continuing process which will continue till the day I die.
You're very famous, very rich. And if you feel that people don't want you anymore, what would you do?
I think I'm sensitive enough and objective enough to know when that time has come. And I will be perfectly prepared to stay at home.
Happily.
Happily. I have a very nice
At
home.
last, I'm home.
And a nice family and a nice dog. And I'll be very happy about that.
Children,
Lots of nice
a beautiful farm.
But
How do you see you in 10 years?
I probably will still perform. I mean, if I have to look for a role model, a couple of years ago I worked with Tom Jobim. And he's a man, an older man, who still performs his beautiful songs and is still creating songs and is still very much a vital musician. That's what I want to be like.
When you write your songs, how do you find a balance between what do you want to say and what sells? You know, what sells to the big mass, what the large companies want?
I've been lucky in my career in that what I've chosen to create has coincided with the popular taste. Without me really having to tailor my music to satisfy that popular taste. I feel now in a position where I don't even have to think about what the popular taste is. I'm not interested. I'm glad when I sell lots of records. It's very satisfying to have a hit record. But if it doesn't sell, then I'm not going to change my music.
You are not worried about the depression of the companies?
No, because if you value yourself by how many records you sell or how many tickets you sell, one day you're
going mad.
go down. So I don't value myself that way. I don't want to.
But do you feel, because of the pressure and you know, the companies, they don't take risks, you know, and do you feel that there is a lack of quality in the market nowadays?
I find it difficult to be objective about that. I don't listen to very much outside of what I do. I think it's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and the large companies are getting larger and larger, and they're taking less risks, yes. It's harder for a new act to make it, because it takes a lot of money and confidence to put a new act on the road. It's not so difficult for people like me to sustain my career.
But aren't you afraid of taking risks?
Am I not? Yeah, I take a lot of risks.
You take. You don't care.
No, I don't know what I have to lose.
It's part of your personality.
It's part of my personality, it's also part of my strategy. In that, as soon as people learn to expect something from you that happens every time, in other words, their preconceptions about you are confirmed every time, then it's over. I like to surprise people, you know. I like to make people go, oh, we didn't expect that.
How do you see yourself?
I'm learning to like myself. I think
What do you mean?
I think I think it's a function of being 40 years. I'm 41 now, and as a younger man, I didn't like myself very much. I was very angry. I was angry with the world, but angry with myself too. I'm much more calm and at home now than I ever was.
Angry? Angry in what sense? What provokes this?
I mean, as most young people are.
Well, they are rebels, you know, but angry with themselves. Maybe they are angry with the system. They are, you know, there is a kind of rebellion. They want something different. They want to break rules. They want to change the world. But
yeah, but before you change the world, you have to change yourself. You're part of the system, and
what you've changed?
what have I changed? I'm trying to change myself slowly.
Are you still working on yourself? Yeah. But what the most important qualities that you're working on?
I'd like to be calm all of the time. I don't want to get out of balance. I like to be calm.
Are you looking for a balance?
All the time. Not in a sort of sleepy way, you know. I want to be thinking and to be active, but I don't want to get out of balance. I think the world is out of balance. So
I understand.
I can't affect the world until I've fixed myself, and it's true of everybody.
I understand, but I also believe that any person who creates needs a conflict, you know.
I believe that. I used to believe that. I don't believe it anymore.
No?
No.
What do you believe now? What helps you to create?
I used to think that to write songs or do anything creative, you had to be in some kind of trauma. You had to be in some kind of inner struggle, you know, in pain, if you like. I've experienced enough pain in my life to remember it. I don't need to manufacture it in order to create. I want to create in a situation that's happy. And you know, some of the greatest work was created in happiness. Bach wrote in his kitchen with his children around. You know, he wasn't dying in a garret of some awful disease. You know, no, it's not essential to be in pain to make art.
No, it's not. For sure, it's not. But are you running away from your pain?
No, I'm not running away from it. It's still part of me, but I think I put it in a place that I can deal
Control.
with it. Yeah. I think, generally.
But it's
sometimes
still
it gets out.
You said you wanted to show another side of your personality in this record. What side?
Well, I think because in the past I've written songs about issues, political issues, social issues. People have tended to concentrate on the media has concentrated on that side of my work, which I think is important. But that's what they want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
They've ignored something that's been there from the beginning, which is a sense of irony, a sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people in the large picture know that about me anymore. They've forgotten.
And you still have your sense of humor. You keep it.
I have to keep a sense of humor because my life is so ridiculous.
What do you mean? So ridiculous.
Well, I think being famous and being successful is kind of silly.
Hmm.
So you have to maintain some sort of humor about it, otherwise you do go crazy.
What is the silliness that you see in this
Well,
big stuff?
everything is magnified and amplified to a degree where it's not real anymore, you know. And sometimes it's magnified positively, that, you know, you're fantastic and
Yeah, a hero.
or it's magnified the other way, that you're the opposite, you know.
Anyway,
You're bad
is a
guy.
strong label.
Well, that's that's what you're given.
Yeah.
But you know, I have to maintain a sense of reality about. I know who I am, without all of this, without the cameras, without the press, without the companies.
The sense of reality is a protection for you.
Well, it's the only thing that's real.
Mm-hmm.
It's me, and it's my family, and the people around me. It's a very small
Something-
group of people,
I
but that's enough.
Do you feel you've been misunderstood in any sense?
I think it's natural that when you create attention about anything, about yourself, some of that attention will be negative or will be misunderstood. And so you have to be philosophical. When you put something out, some people will understand it and accept it, and some people won't. This is human nature.
Mm-hmm. Fame is a tricky thing, and you know, as an artist, how do you avoid repeating yourself? You know, I did this. If I don't do this, I'm gonna lose my audience. You said, "Oh, I'm not afraid of this," but I don't believe you aren't.
I'm not. I do things to amuse myself. I write songs, first and foremost, to amuse me, to amuse my musicians, to amuse my family. That's enough.
No, I know, but you know, there is a portion in a creation that your instinct is to repeat something, even if you don't know. You know, because the unknown is more difficult to get. You know.
Yeah. Well, I don't banish the past. You know, I'm not ashamed of the past. In other words, when I do a concert, I do old songs. You know, I do songs.
Oh, they are
again.
very good.
People want to hear them, so and they love them. So I'll keep doing that, as long as I'm allowed to add to those songs and keep the body of work growing. That's what I want to do.
Sometimes, let's say, sometimes you are accused of being pretentious. Hmm?
Yeah, by critics.
Yeah.
But I can't think of a more pretentious job than being a critic.
But do you think they do this because you are too successful?
Excuse me, horrible. I don't know why they do. It's their problem.
Well, let's say that they do this because you are too successful. It's a kind of envy. How do you deal with envy?
I think if anyone is envious of me, then that is their problem. It's not my problem, and they have to work it out themselves. I can't really help. I really can't help.
It hurts you, criticism.
Not really.
You don't give a damn.
No, I really don't give a damn, except when it's true.
Okay. Are you worried about your image?
My image? I'm not really in control of my image. My image is controlled by factors that I can't influence. I can control it to a certain extent. but it's just too out of control to really lose sleep about. You know, some days I'm a good person, some days I'm a bad person. But
when you are a good person, what are your characteristics?
well, we're talking about the media now.
Mm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a normal person, the same as everybody else. I have faults and weaknesses, but I have strengths as well. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't think the media know this. I don't think the
But
public
when you
knows.
say, for instance, I like to surprise people, this is part of an image.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Well, I'm glad of that image. I think it's good to be quixotic and throw curves at people, you know.
Mm-hmm. And you said that you don't think your myth has anything to do with your persona, with you. What do you think is the difference?
I find it, someone asked me last night, what's it like, how difficult is it to be famous? And I said, I think I'm coping with being famous quite well. I'm not crazy. I feel generally very happy and content. But I would work for free. I think to be famous you need to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to be paid so you can protect yourself somewhere.
To be paid, you mean money?
Yeah.
Well, this is an ambitious thing.
No, you need money if you're famous so that you can protect yourself. If you're famous without money, that is very, very strange. It's very strange.
Mm. The fame also is a kind of a cage, you know. It's a prison. You can't be free when you're famous.
I think that for some people it really is a prison. They don't go out. They wear sunglasses all the time. They have bodyguards and armored cars, and I don't.
Not for you.
I walk the streets. I go shopping. I go to the pub to drink beer. I pick my children up from school, and if people recognize me, they'll just say hello or something. Mm-hmm. But I do not want to change my life negatively because I'm successful. I think that would be a poor reward for success, and I don't envy people who do that. Mm-hmm. So I live in a city and I walk around.
A normal guy.
I think so.
I think so.
Why shouldn't we be?
Yeah, sure. You look like one. How do you think people see you?
It depends. I mean, the people who know me know me. You know, the people who see me every day know me. Other people might perceive me or seem to perceive me as being quite cold, I think, and aloof. It depends. Some people like me.
You like to be liked?
Everyone likes to be liked. You know, and I walk on stage at night and 10,000 people say, yeah, we're pleased to see you. That's a very nice feeling.
Yeah, but to be liked for a mass is something, and to be liked in a personal relationship, you know, with people that you deal every day. Do you have this are you worried about this? I mean, to be, you know, nice with people, or?
I don't have to compromise myself too much in order to be liked. I don't feel as if I have to turn cartwheels for people to be liked. If you like me, fine. If you don't, there's plenty of other people in the world, you know.
Are you an aggressive person?
I can be aggressive if I'm backed into a corner. I can be very, very aggressive, but I'm learning to control that as well. You know.
Uh-huh. And I mean, because sometimes, you know, I guess, maybe I'm wrong, that there is a kind of shyness also that you use to maybe cover, you know, you want to cover this with some kind of aggression.
I think I'm generally quite a shy person and always have been. I think most of the performers I know are the same way. Mm-hmm. In other words, performing is an antidote to their shyness, and they cross the line onto the stage and they become extrovert. Mm-hmm. Whereas in their normal lives they're quite introverted. Mm-hmm. And which is why being interviewed for people like me is quite difficult, because we're in our introverted position.
But you are more an introverted person?
Yeah, generally.
What makes you feel insecure?
Not very much. Not very much. I mean, I have a support system around me. I have a very nice wife and nice kids and some good friends. So why would I feel insecure? I mean, I feel insecure in the world generally because of what's happening in the world. You know, somebody is going to blow the country up or...
So you don't have any weak point that we can bring up here?
I don't think I really want to talk about them on television. Of course I do. Of course I do, but really that's...
You don't have any doubt about your behavior? You don't say, my God, did I do the right thing?
Sometimes I get drunk and do that, but no, it's nothing serious.
Okay, you forgive yourself
I
easily.
forgive myself. You know.
You're not very
Less
hard
than
on
perfect.
yourself, are you?
I have been.
Not, you changed.
Not anymore. No, life's too short.
You said the only religious experience you ever had, you had under drugs. What was it?
I think that was a statement that was misunderstood, you know, and I don't do recreational drugs. I don't take drugs just to have a good time or forget. But I have taken drugs that allow you to face yourself. And drugs that are very, very revealing about yourself. But it's not recommended. Not for recreation.
And
anyway.
you said, I don't want to slash my wrist every time I write a song. So you've been in pain, and now you want to stop this trap. Is this?
I think there's too much pain in the world, you know, there's too much turmoil and fear. I don't want to either receive it or project it.
This record talks about guilt, sin, temptation, and you said that as a Catholic you can enjoy sex, but you have to feel guilty about it.
Oh, but it's more fun when you feel guilty about it.
You like it?
Yeah.
So that's the way you feel sex? With
I think
guilt?
it's an essential part of sex, is guilt. And it's no fun without it.
You can't have fun without guilty.
Well, are we asking a serious question, or shall I be silly?
Are you caring about this?
I think that guilt in the past has been something that has been like a narcotic, but less and less.
We're sorry, but you've been asked to...
I have to leave?
Uh-huh.
Oh, is it my guilty conscience?
Oh, we were in the sex moment.
Exactly.
But okay, we're gonna do the part 2. Thank you very much for your interview.
Thank you very much.